Yeah, so I stop it. So I gotta stop. I thank you. But again, all of these details that I'm talking about are in the recording on our YouTube channel. You'll see the full tutorial on the
Hello.
daily bread. So that's where that's at. So I'm just talking through it in the morning, just while we wait
What's
to
this?
prepare for 28. Howard,
Howard,
can
mute
you?
yourself, please.
I'll mute him. All right. So that's what that is. So you're going to put your symbol in. That's all you have to put in, other than as far as the symbol. You don't have to put in the market price. You have to put in, of course, your lot size. We'll get to that. I'm going to do it a little different today to show you the difference. I'm going to use dynamic instead of fixed. So, but I always trail my stop loss. I always trail it because it does move really quickly. And if I start to go into profit and go out, at least I'll have an even trade. I won't lose any money. And then yesterday, I did close opposing orders on take profit, which is why it activated both trades. This time, I'm going to do the one that I would recommend that most people do. I would recommend for, until you're real familiar with the hedge, which I'm not teaching during the challenge, I would recommend you do this one. So that's the one I'm going to do. I'm going to do that one going forward. I might throw in back and forth the other one, but this is for the most part the one that I will do during the challenge. I don't usually set an initial stop loss, but you can. You can set an initial stop loss and say what you want that initial stop loss to be. You put that there, how many points you want it. So that means that, if once it activates a trade, one of the others, the buys or the sells, you can say, okay, once it activates it, I only am willing to lose this many points. So you can, that's of course, if it never goes into profit. So that's what that's for. So that's a really good safeguard, especially in the beginning when you first start doing the daily bread, if you're unsure about it. But I can tell you during, if you do this trade during opening bell, which is what we're doing it, you'll probably get hit. Your stop loss will get hit because it's a lot of up and down movement in the beginning. So that's why I don't use a stop loss. But again, you have to trade where you're comfortable. It's there for a reason. We put it in there to make you feel most comfortable with how you trade, not with how I trade. Okay. So that's there. So today I'm going to do a dynamic. I'm going to use it I'm actually going to do it as a percentage of my margin, just so you guys know. So, and I'm basing this off of, the reason I'm doing it off of, I just want to show you guys the different ways you can do it. So I am actually going to do a 2% margin. And the reason people don't talk a lot about margin, but we'll go into detail about, in some of our classes, I go into detail about margin because it's really important, especially because of the way I trade with the hedge of protection. Margin is very important. So as you know, margin is basically, before they do, it's your leverage percentage before they, you hit a margin call, things like that. I'm trying to see if it's not, okay. So it doesn't show you, it has a margin value and a margin percent. But it doesn't show you the percent until you're actually in the trade, because it's basically like the borrowed money that you take up when you're in a trade. So the margin percent is. So I'll show you that. We'll pay attention to that once we enter into the trade. And so you don't want to go, higher than a 2% margin, because you're thinking of it as it relates to 100%. If you think of it as 100%, you have 100% margin is the full amount of margin you have. Of course, it's 100%. So if I take 2%, I'm at 98% of my margin. You have to know like where your vendors, your broker's margin call ratio is. So I would recommend, if you're going to do margin, anywhere from like a point something to, no more than 2%. 2% is high, just so you know, that's high. But I just want to show you what that looks like. And I'm in a demo account. So let me make that clear. I'm in a demo account. So this is where you test. This is where you test. If you're unsure about how you want to trade this trade, that's what demo accounts are for. Please use them to test and see if you want to do whatever lot size is. As I talked to you guys about it before, I had told you that the way the Lord had given it to me was, for my daily bread, and that I was supposed to, use a calculation to come up with the amount that I need for the month, and then calculate it based on the number of trading days and divided by that amount, and then that's the month I need to trade for. Recently, another person that trades on here, she's my cousin. We do a prayer every morning together. She's also my business partner, but she felt that the Lord gave her something, and I'll let her talk about it afterwards, but it's using our compounding log, and it's a pathway to millionaire status. And so, but I'll let her talk about that if she's still available afterwards. We're about 3 minutes away from the trade, so I want to give a little bit of time for any questions, comments that anybody has. I don't see any raised hands, so I guess we're good.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi. I do have a couple questions. One was, I was looking at the video from yesterday, and I noticed you said that you had to have MetaTrader 4. And I heard you mention Hugo's Way. I have Hugo's Way still, even though I use TradeLocker right now and a different broker. But I kind of got stuck at the first part. I went to download because I haven't used MetaTrader 4 because a lot of brokers don't use it. And I thought Hugo's Way doesn't either. I thought
it doesn't.
Okay.
They don't, do they? They don't use it. They use their own proprietary platform now.
Okay, because I kind of got stuck at the point of trying to find a broker. Yeah, and I know
we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. So I'm not going to recommend brokers, but because of that very thing that you're going through, I'm going to talk about it afterwards.
Okay. All right.
Got a minute before the trade, so I don't want to.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
I want to let me make sure also that I have the right asset on TradingView so we can see we're doing US 30, right? So I want to make sure I got the right asset here. So we see that big, it just hit that big. You see, that's US 30 just did it. We wait for one more minute, before we'll get in. But we see this is what it's doing on the 32nd right now on US 30. So it's making some big upward movement. We got the confluence pillars for the most part telling us that it's going up. I'm trying to move these pictures out of the way. So we got probably about one more second. Okay, so I am going to click submit and go to, oh, I thought I was on the right one. I'm not. US 30. Okay, so it's starting to open the trades. We can see here the movement. Everybody can still see my screen.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So the reason I'm doing it, this is MT4 because you gotta have MT4 to see it. So it hasn't activated anything yet. Just activated the cells. Okay, now you notice it only showed one. That's because my margin is too high. That's what I wanted to show you guys. I really, that's why I did it high like that. It only by having my margin so high, but I wanted to show you that. But I'm gonna go in and do a real one right quick. But I wanted to show you that even if you don't have enough margin, it's only gonna give you what it has, right? So I'm about to do a real trade. I'm not worried about that one. See how this is what I wanted to show you. This margin level is at 100% because I put such a high margin rate in there. But I'm just going to take this loss really quick, you guys, because I just wanted, this is what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you, you know, basically I'm at 100% margin because I did a 2% margin trade. So that's why it's there, but I was hoping it would go up because I knew it was going up, but it clicked that one. Is it gonna come back in profit? But I don't want to get to 230. That's the only reason I'm taking it, because I just hit what I didn't want to do. But let me go here. I want to do percent of balance. That's what I want to do. Show you that. I'm doing that really quickly. Hopefully I caught it right at 6:30. So yeah, did it already activate? No, so just showing you this. These are not, yeah, it only put the why did it only put the buy stops in? Let's see. It only probably put the buy stop, because I didn't have enough. That's what it was. So I was just showing you all the things and why I do a fixed amount. I do a fixed lot size. I know I'm going to make 2%, my $250, and I'm good. So let's go back here. Now it's creating all of them. You can see. And this is the trade. Oh, I didn't do one closes the other? I thought I did. Did not do. Okay, we're back. I went so fast trying to clock. I must not have did one closes the other. But this is I'm gonna get both, because it's gonna take it, boom, boom, boom. That's that. It's about to go back up.
No, they want to tell them there are more than 7.
Oh no, wrong one. Why is it saying it's an error? I gotta figure that out. Okay. So it's coming back to check this balance. We got Confluence. We don't have the 5 minute.
The entire nation.
Come on. Let's see. I don't know why it didn't do the one closes the other. I do have it checked off. I got to figure that out. It should have done the one closes the other.
It's called the deep safe generation. Seems to be a strong market. The last one in chat room and all the deep videos of the secrets of stats and school are in that chat.
Oh shoot, I'm not paying attention.
By very specific. They're not just browsing through. They go to these.
This is where I'm waiting to see if it's gonna jump past here. We got the white cloud. We got all the symbols telling us that it's looking to go that direction. Okay, so with this break, I'm going to show you guys really quickly. Yep, this is the double up. Is it? I'm looking at right here. This is the double from here. Yep, it did. All right. So, oh, I didn't even pay attention to how much money I'm in. So I'm going to show you guys really quickly the hedge. So I have 2 lot sizes that are basically open right now, and I'm not worried about it because it's a demo account. But I'm gonna show you guys how the hedge comes in. So, and I might be a little bit into my leverage. It might not let me do fully, But this is, you're gonna put the same amount and that's gonna stop the bleeding. So wherever you're at, you know, I'm at 3,800. When I put in a trade on the opposing side, it's gonna do what I call, it's gonna stop the bleeding. Once you know, it's just like, you know, in treatment, if anybody is medically trained, they know you want to first get anything, you know, get it out of critical condition, get it into, you know, stop the bleeding, what I call stop the bleeding. So you're going to go in and you're going to put in the opposing trade. So if I have 2 lot size that is buys, then I'm going to put in a 2 lot size that is a sell, right? And that's going to just hold up the bleeding and give me a chance to see what the trade is actually doing. So that's what I thought. I'm too far in to do. So that sound let me know that my margin, I'm too low into my margin. We usually go, I would have done it before this, but I'm gonna let it go up and I still want to show you guys it in this account. So we know we don't let it drop like this before we, and usually it's only 20, it's the opposing trade. That's why I keep the other ones open. The reason I do that trade is I keep the other ones open until these ones take profit. So then it automatically has those opposing trades there as my hedge. It automatically has that hedge. But I'm going to show you guys, once it gets to 100, I think it'll let me put them in. But it's going back up, but I just want to show you guys really quickly how if it's going back up, the hedge won't work, but we'll see. I'll see how much I can show you guys of it. But I'm going to show, let me see if I put in 1. Okay, so I'm going to put in 1 sell. Oh, I don't have enough leverage. It's not going to let me put it in. Because I let it go into the red.
Hashtag kids, hashtag high school, hashtag deepfakes, hashtag slave, hashtag free.
Mhm.
And honestly,
Let me do a higher analysis on this. Oh yeah, that cloud is good. That's a good cloud, a good sell cloud right now. It's not changing for a while, probably. I don't see any curvature. I don't remember if we had both of these up or not. I haven't, I didn't look beforehand. Oh, I know what I did wrong. I used the 1 lot size. The 1 lot size is for NAS. I should have did a 0.5 because of the value of this one. That's why it didn't allow me. Got it. I don't trade US 30. So I didn't put in the appropriate lot size for my account. I did my lot size based on me trading NAS. As you guys seen yesterday, I did a 1 lot size for NAS, but NAS is about 20,000. And then US 30 is about 40. So based on that, it's about half, it's double the price. So I should have done half of the lot size that I used for NAS on US 30. But again, like I said, I don't trade US 30, but that's still something I shouldn't have been in a rush. I'm a little tired from last night, but that's something that you want to always have planned out what exactly you trade. That's the reason why we have the presets here that you can put in so you don't, you know, these are presets for each thing. If you click on one, it'll automatically show you all of the stuff that I have normally for NAS. It'll show you, you know, if I load the gold, it'll show you what I have for gold. So that's how the presets work. They have, you know, so you could come in here and not do like I just did at the last minute. As you notice, I don't have a preset for US 30 because I don't trade it. But that's what the presets are for. So you don't come in here and mess up at the last minute, like I did. But we're gonna ride this out, and I'm gonna, because I see it's starting to some curvature in there. So it's trying to, it did, let's see, I'm on the 30-second. Let me go to the 15-minute. Yeah, it's so one of the things that I'm gonna teach you guys about, and I'm gonna just take all of my stuff off, or it's taught in the training. I don't know if we'll get to do it in here, but so whenever this is bank manipulation, and so this is a good thing. I want to show you this is all bank. Retail traders do not have enough money to do this. This is all banks and institutions, hedge funds. When I say banks, I'm speaking banks, institutions, hedge funds, all the big money players, right? We do not have enough money, especially to move US 30. That is $40,000, 41,000, 40 to 41,000 for each, each piece of interest into it, stock. So we don't have the money to move that. That is billions of dollars moving this price down, right? So that's what they use, opening bell to manipulate, because think about it. If it was going up, look at these big candles. This is market structure. It's going up. There's nothing about this structure. It's actually kind of in a range. This is rangy right here. This is really no defined. I'm on the 15-minute. If I go to the 1 hour, you'll see that it's still kind of rangy. It's not really, it hasn't made higher highs and higher lows. It's coming out of a down, it ranged, made a downward move, not a downtrend. See, if you scroll it together, you'll see this is a range too, right? So it's still very rangy right here, right? This is still very rangy. So it's not a definitive trend right now, even on the 1 hour. So it's not a definitive trend. So what they do is they catch buyers, so that when it's not a definitive trend, which is most times, just so you know, most times it is not a definitive trend, which is why it captured, that's why they make money. Because if it was a definitive trend, everybody would be able to see it and know which way to trade. So just so you know, that is the point of it. That's also the reason why I scout, because it's never, it's ranging more than it's in a trend. Because, I mean, just think about it. If I'm in a trend and I'm making defined higher highs and higher lows, everybody knows that buy, right? But if I have it in a range, that means it's going up and down, no real defined. So now I can confuse traders based on their skill set. And I can make money if I'm the bank, especially if I can move it. I can put in a bunch of orders, capture all of these people's money, and then let it go back to market and get my money back, because they're gonna make more money going, like, let me show you on a lower time frame. So here. So if they take, so if this was what it was doing before, I'm on the 1 minute. So the 1 minute it went up, it was going up, right? So people are in buys because it's going up, All these people are buying, right? More than likely, if you're buying here, your stop loss is at the last low over here, right? This is where your stop loss is, somewhere in this area. If you were buying during this time, you're buying, because somebody has to be buying because price was moving up. So people are buying. My stop loss is at the last low, because that's what we're taught to do. My stop loss is at the last low. So if we're buying and my stop loss is at the last low, guess what? If I'm the bank, I'm going to say, I'm going to put in a bunch of orders that are not real orders. I'm going to put in a bunch of orders. Boom. I'm going to wipe out all of these people stop loss. I'm going to go past their stop loss and wipe them out. Because now I've taken all of this money that they had, the money that they thought they made and the money that they invested into this trade. Because I not only say they entered here and their stop loss was here, I took all of this money and the money they thought they made, because they, if they didn't exit. So I took all of this money. Now, so I have to put in orders as a bank. Think of it this way. I have to put in these orders right here, right? To knock these people out, right? But when I put in these orders, these are fake orders here. I put in sales here. I knock these people out. I take their money from wherever they entered in, right? Knock it out. And then I put in buys. Now I'm going against myself just until I get here. But once I get here, I'm going to hit break even because I have buys. I mean, I have sales in and I have buys in to get us back here. But when I get back to here, I'm at break even on these, and I made the money from here, from wiping these people out. Now I'm just going to exit as a bank. I'm going to exit at break even, and the market's going to continue in market structure. That's how it works. Period, point blank. That's how it works. Which is why do you see that you are starting to have kind of that, you know, it big candle here as it was coming up, but now you're starting to have a little rejection here because the bank is starting to exit. But remember, on every order, for every buyer, they have to have a seller. For every seller, they have to have a buyer. So that's why you have that here where people's lows is, because this is where the bank is trying to get out. The bank is trying to get out now, right? So that's why I tell you, I don't really worry about when someone asks me about trading during open bell. I don't worry about it because I know that even if it executes to, where am I at? Here. Even if it goes to this point, I usually would have my hedge in here. I would have definitely put in a trade way earlier than this. I would have put in an opposing trade and let it play out and just wait it out until the bank finished manipulating people. Because it's coming back up here. And it's coming back up here and but the bank is trying to exit out right here. So, but remember, they got to have buyers. But buyers are probably a little hesitant because you just took out their low. So you got to do some things to convince people that I'm going back up. So how do I convince people that I'm going back up? With those 4 points, I make higher highs and higher lows. But do you notice that it's right where this low is? This is why I know it's bank manipulation. And when you learn to read where the bank will manipulate, you'll even know, oh, you know, if that's where this comes in, and you can say, oh, I'm only going to do buys or I'm only going to do sells, because I know they're looking, this is a place where they're looking to go. They can wipe out all of these people and take this money. So you only can do sells. So when you would have only opened up sell stops, right? And for some reason, it didn't close when it activated the sell, it didn't close the buys. I don't know why, but I'll have to look at the video and see what happened, because I did have one close as the other on. So, yeah, but so now it's going to start convincing people that it's going to go back up because it's going to make higher highs and higher lows. And so when people see that structure, they're going to be willing to buy these sells that the bank put in. Do you guys understand that? Oh, Jay, I'm sorry, I didn't see your hand raised.
Yes, totally. I
Yes.
totally get it.
Now, I didn't give you guys a good view of what the hedge does, and I apologize for that because I was kind of caught up. And it moves fast, so you got to have a trigger finger. But I want you guys to see how to lose. I have to teach you guys how to lose in order to know how to win. I have to, because nobody teaches that. Nobody teaches how to lose. And so you guys are stuck at home by yourself in losing trades, not knowing how to get out of them or not knowing what to do, because they only teach you how to win a trade. They don't teach you how to lose. And that's where the problem is. You don't know when to let go. You don't know, what exit strategy to have. You don't know any of that because they don't teach you how to lose. And I'm not teaching you so much how to lose. I'm teaching you, it is how to lose, but it's how to protect. It's really, I have to show you a losing trade to show you the protection from the losing trade. You know what I'm saying? We're not here to lose. But you have to go through these scenarios. The same way you go through winning scenarios, you have to go through losing scenarios to see, well, if this happens, what do I do? If I only show you, oh, when it's a trend, you get in and the trend is your friend, what happens when the trend ain't your friend? You get what I'm saying? But I'm sorry, go ahead, Jay.
I can wait till after you get done. And just wait till you're at the end.
You sure?
That's all. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right.
All right.
So, we're kind of just waiting though, just so you know, because it's forming, this is what is it doing? We got a low, a high, a higher low. It's about to make a higher high. That fourth point lets me know that it is an upward trend. Once I have people, that's what people are waiting for, because isn't that what we teach? That's what we teach people. You wait to see, you want to wait to see, okay, you got this big drop. You wait to see what it's doing here. Is it going to make what? Because this isn't a trend. Where you wait to see where it's going to trend at. Then you enter back in. So it's going to make a higher high. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got that fourth point. It starts to come down, and then it makes a higher low. That's where you're going to see a lot of people enter in and push the market right back up to market structure. That's all they're doing. Again, I asked the question yesterday when somebody asked me, "Oh, you trade during news?" What is news? They have the numbers before they ever publish them. So that was always strange to me. Like, if you had the numbers a week ago, why is it that, or 2 days ago or 3 days ago, because they don't get the numbers in that instance. Why is it such a move? Like the non-farm payroll, like unemployment rate was the unemployment rate a week ago. It's still the same amount of people was employed. Just because you put that rate out, there's this panic. No, come on. And you notice after the rate is put out, it's not like it continues and say that prices drop. It's not like it continues to drop. It drops for a few minutes and then it comes back. So is that really the unemployment rate affecting the charts? Or is that bank programming? And I'm not saying it is, I'm saying think about it for yourself. You all have the mental capacity to think. So think about the things that people are saying to you. Sometimes we just take things at just as it is. And, I'm not some conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but I just want you to think about it. Just think about it. Just think about it. It never made sense to me. I'm telling you, it never made sense to me that, because I know they don't get the numbers at that moment. And then it's like, okay, well, if, US 30 is dropping because of the unemployment rate was low or whatever, why did it go back in an hour? The unemployment rate was still low in an hour. Why did it go back in an hour? That never made sense to me. So, because in my opinion, I feel like if it's really affecting it, then it should stay low until it goes back high. That's just how I think. And so because of that, I'm like, okay, well, what made it go back up? If the unemployment rate made it go down, why did it go back up and the unemployment rate didn't go up? Why is the non-farm payroll every month, it goes down for a few minutes and then it goes back up? They know this is happening every month and they're not putting no safeguards in place to keep the stock market from being you see it, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking it through, and this is just me thinking it through. This is not, this is just my thought process, so this is $1 trillion business, $6 trillion a day it trades, and you're going to let something as simple as this affect it. But it only affects it for say an hour. So is this a tool that they use to do what they need to do at the moment? So you're okay to go, Jay. We're just watching it go back up. This one, remember where I talk about this one candle support or resistance? That's where it's held up at. It's got to break that. You can ask your question, Jay. It's okay if it's off topic.
Okay. So, my first question was, you was telling us yesterday about there's something that you can do the same as the Daily Bread inside Trader Bait or
Right.
Trading View.
Mhm.
So I
Bracket
guess
order.
you'll just show us that later on down the road, probably when we
I can show
basically
you
get
that now
into
while
it.
we're waiting. I can show you.
I
It's a
didn't want to
bracket.
take it away from here because when you
It's the
when we
same thing. It's part of the Daily Bread. It's a bracket order.
oh okay
This is
all
just we're
right
just waiting for this to go back up. I just really because it it really closes. We end this at 7 because I have the 8 o'clock class. So
okay
but really I just want you guys to see it go back up. And I'm if we're not here in the class because we can't wait for the class because we close this at 7. We only got
Mhm.
5 more minutes. And then I want to also answer Shadia's question. But we're just waiting for it to go back up. I am going to post it. It's back up. In the hub, like, because I know I know what it does this day in and day out. This is what it does. And I want you guys to understand why it does it. Because if you understand the why, then if you understand the why of anything, you can adjust and make adjustments to whatever you're doing around it. I don't care if you understand the why the motor, the motor runs the way it does in your car. You know how to drive it. If you got a motor that makes noise, and you know that it's making noise because I don't know cars, so I could be saying anything wrong. Say it's making noise because the transmission is messed up. You know how to drive it. Like I'm not gonna shift gears all crazy because I know, you know what I'm saying? If you know the why behind a thing, you can adjust your lifestyle to it. So I want you to understand the why behind the things that happen in trading so you can adjust your trading style to it. So you're not trading my style, you're trading your style based on your understanding. So based on your understanding of things, you're going to be successful because you get it. When you get something, you can handle it, you can do it. You're more successful at it. Like I get it. Okay, this is what I need to do. So that's what I'm trying to get you guys to do rather than just say trade like this.
all right. And my next question was did you get up at 3 and
Oh,
the second
I
the
did not
second
get
part
out at 3. I actually traded like about 40 minutes later. And I got out of it. I posted, I think I posted in Howard's when I got out of it. It was close to 11 or 12.
She showed me.
It's 10 something. Yeah. I posted in Howard's because I told him I'm gonna go to bed because I got out of it. I got out of all but $100, $112 to be exact. So I was gonna keep going, but I was like, no, I'm gonna leave that little $100. I'm going to bed.
okay. Oh, and
Yeah.
thanks for that video yesterday. I don't know if everybody else caught on, but by you just that trade yesterday when you was going through and you was breaking down what you were saying, it's a lot of good information in there. So I appreciate that video yesterday.
I don't know
That's all.
which one, but okay. All right. And Shadia, you had a question about the brokers, right?
Yes, yes, it's pronounced Shadia.
Shadia, I'm sorry,
Yeah, that's
Shadia. Okay,
okay.
Shadia. Okay. So Shadia, one of the things, and I talk about it in one of these classes, I don't know. But basically, based on the regulations, the change in regulations to U.S. for U.S. residents, I'm sorry, for U.S. residents, due to the changes that Securities Commission made, basically, and in my opinion only, it was done as a barrier to entry. When Forex has been around for years. Don't think Forex is new. Forex became popular because Forex is what I call the affordable stock market, basically.
Right.
And so because of its affordability, it was open to more people. But again, we had people that came in and took advantage of people's lack of knowledge. But we also had people that were reputable. We have a lot of young people that became wealthy behind Forex and so on and so forth. Well, you know, what they told us as the reason that they did it was you know, because they wanted to protect the US residents from scam artists, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Mhm.
But I see it as a barrier to entry. Forex brokers were able to give large margins, large leverage, some going all the way up to 2,000 to 1. Most of them were about 500 to 1. And so what that means is for every dollar you put in, they put in 500, or they allow you to trade 500. And so that allows you to get in and make some substantial amount of money if you know how to trade. And so for that reason, they shut it down. I'm just going to say.
Right.
Forex is still available, but it's available on regulated brokers at a 50 to 1 ratio for leverage, right? At a 50 to 1 leverage ratio, which is low. So, but it's attainable. It's workable. You can work with it. So there's people like Owanda, TD Ameritrade. You could just look up, Google any US regulated broker, and you can sign up for an account to trade Forex with them. It's going to be a 50 to 1 or less will be the amount. So that means that you have to bring more money to the table, which is why I call it a barrier to entry, right? Because a lot of people that, you know, started in Forex don't have a lot of money to, what I say, you know, put out there. Investments, you have to be, the money you put into investments, you have to put out, use only money that you can afford to, you know, lose, to risk. It's a risk. You know, investments are risks. I don't care if it's the stock market, a business opening, whatever, that's an investment and it's a risk. And so you have to come out with a larger output of cash to trade now for Forex, right? So a lot of Forex people that trade Forex are moving to some, you know, securities called futures or options. Futures, in my opinion, is the most similar to trading Forex, right? So for that reason, you hear us talking about Tradeovate, things like that. You'll hear Tradeovate is a platform, like a charting platform, just like TradingView is. It's a trading platform. It's not a broker. So Tradeovate, NinjaTrader, I can't think of all of them, but there's other trading platforms that trade futures and options. Futures are contracts. So, you know, if you take my classes, we do futures. We don't teach futures here, but you can trade futures very similar to how you trade Forex. So for that reason, as a bonus in this event at night, we actually trade futures. We're helping people to pass their evaluations. They're using, you know, prop firms and things like that. You can bring your own prop firm. You can get, you know, you can get a recommended one. But again, that's not the point. The point is to teach you, you know, what I can teach you about trading. But you can't, that is a bonus if you want to participate in that. Can you guys see what I'm talking about? I just want you guys to see this. I just want you to see this manipulation unfolding. I want to make sure y'all paying attention to what I was saying was going to happen. And then it's just knowing bank manipulation, knowing that it's going to go right back to market structure. This is total manipulation. They got out, the banks got out here. They got their money out. This is when, you know, they was getting buys and sells. This is right here. They were convincing people, hey, now they're really going to get people to go up. Remember when I said when it passes here, they're going to really start convincing people to get in because it's made a higher high. That is what it does. That's the thing. That's why when I make a decision to stay in or get out, it's based on a higher high or a higher low, because that's when I know the market is telling me, you know, that it's going one way or the other. While it's ranging, it's no point in making a decision. You put your hedge in and you wait till it makes a definitive decision. If we're trading something that can hedge, if not, you take your loss there and you wait to re-enter. That's simple as it is. So, like last night, I took my loss. I knew that it was going to come back. I went back and got my money back. But why continue to let it drop and blow your account when you know you can just take that, cut their loss off early, stop the bleeding early, and wait till it tells you it's ready to go back. And by the way, somebody had asked me, was I gonna get into a buy? It actually bought back. It went exactly back to where and further.
Yes, it did.
Gold is way higher. Like if we would have stuck in gold like throughout that trade, if we were in a position trade, we would have a nice little account right now because it went up.
Yeah.
Gold, the way gold, you got to know how gold moves, but it's I think it was at like 20, 25, 20. When we were in it, it was like 25.96 or something like that. That's like 200. Think of it synonymous with points and indices. That's like 200. It's good. That's a good amount. That's a good amount of money for gold. So, but I just wanted to show you guys this and why, if I didn't get to use the hedge because I used too big of an account, but this is why I would have put a hedge in. Definitely, well, I used too big of a margin there. So when my margin level was about 200, I would have put a hedge in. I would have put a hedge trade in. So the hedge trade would have been about right here. So I would have just let it go back and forth until it came back, close to right here. I would have exited out of those hedge trades and let it take up and make my profit. It's literally that's why I'm not scared to trade during the news. That is why I just don't trade an account that doesn't allow me to hedge. But in the beginning, we had, the Lord gave me this strategy a long time ago, but in the beginning I was misusing it. I was getting caught up in them going back and forth instead of waiting until I had a definitive move. And that's where I was messing up, waiting until it told me, because he said, this is all manipulation. Wait till they're finished manipulating because they got to get their money back. They're coming back to market structure. They banks, they're not crazy. They're going to get their money back. It's coming back to market structure, right? It's coming back. So you just wait it out. That's how they get us, because we are not confident. We're not confident about what we're doing. And that's what's messing us up. If you are confident about what you're doing and what they're doing, you will be okay. You got to know why you're in the charts. You got to know why you're out of charts. Good morning. Come on. Hi, beautiful. Love you. So, grandbaby.
So my question
Any
is,
questions before we go?
yes, my question is basically what we're doing is what you're teaching us to do right now is read the manipulation and trade it.
Mhm.
That's exactly what, and that's what's about when you to have that vision of knowing exactly what to do within the correction and when exactly it'll be over and when exactly they're coming back to.
You don't know exact because we're not God. We don't know
mean-
exactly, but we know it's coming back. We know, like, we'll know the move, but we don't know the timing. And that's why we protect ourselves with the hedge. We'll know the move they're making, but we don't know the timing. We never know the timing. Like, I don't know when they're going to do it, but I know what they're doing. I have an idea of what they're doing. And then when they give me the proof, this was the proof. Them coming right back to here, wicking this very area.
Yeah,
That was the proof that was this. I knew that this was their, when they came back and wicked this area, that told me, okay, yeah, this is their area that they're getting their money out. So as soon as it breaks here, it's gonna keep going up. It told me what it was doing. I let it tell me, but I already know if my account is dropping, protect your account with the hedge and wait until you see their hand. This right here, they gave their hand. They showed me their hand right here.
So
They showed me their hand.
So I see that. So now my question is basically, no, I'm not my question. I'm sort of like putting this together. Once you see this, you put the hedge in because let them drop. Take
my
that
head
money.
would have been in way before that.
Yeah, exactly.
My head would have been in way before.
Yeah,
so
I
if
see
I was
it.
in a buy and I got caught up, I was in a buy and I got caught up in the sell, my hedge would have been in way before this drop.
Yes, I see exactly what you're saying. I see exactly.
And that's why I when I teach, I'm in a demo account, you guys, because it's very hard for me. I have not mastered that yet, to teach and to trade. I haven't mastered that yet. So I get so caught up in giving the information to you guys that I'll forget to do what I know I should do. Right. So that's why I trade in demo accounts. Last night was a live account though, but I like to trade in demo accounts when I'm teaching because I can't focus on both. I haven't mastered that yet. The Lord gonna give me that because if he want me to teach, he gonna have to give me that. So, and then to answer your question, Shadiah, I would recommend that you get any MT4 demo account for now for the Daily Bread. Any MT4, just the standard MT4 on MT5 has indices, MT4 doesn't. So MT5 had just their standard, I think is MetaQuotes account for now, just so you can practice it because this is new, the concept is new. And I'm saying that to everybody. This is a new concept. This is how I trade. I would recommend that everybody do this trade with me in a demo account, not in a live account. That's just my recommendation. It's your money. You can do what you want. This is not financial advice, blah, 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 blah. If you're going to trade this until you get familiar with the movement and how it works, you want to trade this in a demo account. Please, 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 please. I say that for any strategy that you're learning, whether it's a strategy from me or a strategy from someone else, please practice it in a demo account first for, get some, a good amount of where you're doing it in your sleep. That's what you want to do. I can show you a compound chart and show you it doesn't take a lot of days to compound and make the money that you need to make, and that's a tie-in. I'm gonna let Donna talk about what the Lord gave her, but it doesn't take a lot of money and a lot of time to do that. And so I don't want you guys to be in a rush. Take your time. It's in his timing. Like, take your time, learn what you're learning, and know that it's there. It's there for the taking. Don't worry about it. Okay, Donna, if you want to talk about what the Lord gave you.
Okay.
Do you want me to pull up the compound chart?
Yes. And she
Okay.
explained the Daily Bread, how she intended it to work. But like she's been saying, this is divinely given. The Lord gave her this. We've been trading for 3-4 years now. So we started a team, the New Money team, and we were trying to create millionaires off a compounding chart. And so I heard her explaining the Daily Bread yesterday, but it's the compounding chart. You can't take money out of compounding chart to pay your monthly expenses. So even still using it as the Daily Bread and compounding, it was dropped in my spirit. This is where we're going to create millionaires in less than a year with the compounding. So basically, we're doing it we working out the numbers for the end of the challenge to see if it's a $500 account or $1,000 account that you have to start with. But in less than a year, with 5% compounding, you'll be a millionaire.
So this is the compound chart she's talking about. So right now, our goal in the challenge is a 5% increase. So I'm putting in 5%. So if you start your account with a 5% increase, you'll see day one, your starting balance is 500. Your target amount is 525. So to make $25 is the daily amount. We know that we can make $25 on an account, right? So you go, and it goes there, then you come back, you make 525. The next day, your goal is to make 551. So it's about $26.25 you make. And that continues on. These are based on days. That continues on down. And as you can see, when you get to day, where is it? 156, if you've kept that money in the account and you've only made the amount that you were supposed to make each day, in 156 trading days, you would be at $1 million. And that's based on a 5% compounding, right? So we broke it down and we said, okay, well, if we're trading with a 50-to-1 account, because we're trading a US regulated account. Now, this is not a prop firm account. This is trading a regular US regulated account. And we start with $500. That to make 20, when you do the Daily Bread, because I tried it out, I tested it, to do the Daily Bread and it was in gold, I only made $5 based on very safe, margins and all of that. I made $5. So I said, okay, well, if I do that, they're going to have to make $5 5 times. And so that, that's at 5%. So I said, let's break that down to a lesser amount. Let's break that down to 2.5% a day. So now they only have to make starting at $12. So I said, okay, so that's two and a half trades. Possibly, we can tweak, you can actually, go for a different amount, change it a little bit and make this in one trade, right? But that's 1 to 2 daily bread trades. Well, you could generally do 2 daily bread trades during the time that we do it. There's also a 5:30 period that is very volatile as well. So you could do a 5:30 trade and a 6:30 trade. So that would be more amenable. So I said, we're going to work through the numbers. We're going to pray about it, all of that. But at 2.5% daily increase, you get to $1 million right at 300. I'm getting down there at 308 days, trading days. These are trading days. So that's closer to the year, but it's easier to obtain with a regulated. Now I'm telling you, this is with a regulated broker. So I'm doing everything based on regulated brokers. Now you guys have been given access to this log. All you need to do is put in the amount of your starting balance. Like for instance, she just said, you may want to start with $1,000. You want to start with $1,000 at 2.5%. You're going to get there a little bit quicker. So because of the compounding effect, you're going to get there a little quicker. So you'll get there at day 280, right? And you can play around with this. And this is big, this will be after the challenge. This will be, people that want to continue on with me. We'll work through and we'll do this every day together. And that's what helps. And so this is what, and of course, your account, this is, you doing that, what you set up, but this is based on a regulated account. So you don't have to worry about, am I going to get paid? Is this person reputable? Awanda, TD, Ameritrade, you've heard about them for years, I'm sure, so those are all, I did it based on a reputable firm. You can look at the same thing and say, I want to do this with a, what did I say? Prop firm account. There's a lot of prop firms, Trade Locker, somebody mentioned they do Trade Lockers. They have prop firms associated with them. What is that? Ninja Trader has prop firms associated with them. I'm not telling you what prop firm to pick. Prop firms just allow you to use their money, so it makes it a little bit easier to be able to pay for something like that. But this is what we're going to be doing after the challenge, just so you guys know. This is what we're going to be doing after the challenge. But during the challenge, you can also use this as well. Start getting used to it. Decide what you want to do. If you guys have passed an evaluation account and you have, say, I have a 300,000 eval, put a 3 million. See, I just love zeros. 3 behind a number. I mean, $300,000 account. And I say I want to make 2.5% a day. Maybe, that's $7,500 a day. That's quite a bit. So maybe you take that to 1% a day. I'm going to make $3,000 a day in that prop firm account. That's $3,000 trades. Or you'd say 0.5%. It's up to you. I put 50. Okay. Oh. So you're going to make $1,500. We do $1,000 trade with you guys at night. So maybe that's what you put it at. And then you look and see, where am I going to hit my $1 million mark in that prop firm account at day 242. Oh, no, that's right. Oh, I know. Did I do that right? Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So it just, oh yeah, because I'm only doing 0.5%. I'm like, why is it taking so long? But that's how you do it. And then maybe you get a little bit comfortable and you say, I'm gonna do 3,000 a day. I can do this. I got this. I could do 3 trades a day, scalp trades a day, and I'm gonna do this. And how quickly do you get there? The higher the percentage, the quicker that you get to your $1 million. So now instead of 200 days, you're there in 121 days. Play with this chart. This is writing the vision and making it plain. This is creating a vision for your trading goals. That's the reason I gave it to you. This is how you create goals every day. And some days you're not going to make it, and it's okay. You just put in, oh, I didn't make it today. Oh, I lost $1,000. You just put that end of the day balance in it and it automatically adjusts. Say you didn't make your 3,000 the second day, you lost lost 1,000. I'm at 302, it's just gonna adjust it for you. But it's writing the vision and making it plain. That's what this is doing. You can see where I'm supposed to go. It's just like doing a monthly budget or anything else. You can see where it's going to go. And that's all we're trying to get you guys to do. Write it down. Know what you're trying to accomplish. Set a goal. Set a trading plan. So, yeah. So still, it's going back and forth. It's retesting this level, right? It's come back to retest, but it still didn't make a lower low. So it still made a higher low. Well, I'm not. Still made a higher low. This is the waiting it out. So now you have your 4 points. You have your low, your high, your higher low, your higher high, your higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. You see what I'm saying? Until it violates that trend to let you know that it's going the opposite way, you still know that it's going that way. So, any other? Did I answer your question, Shadiah? Or did she got off? I think she had to go. So hopefully she'll view this and see the answer. And does anybody else have any questions? Donna, do you have anything else you want to say about that?
Girl, I'm so ready to retire. We retiring early, y'all. We about to live, thrive, and walk in purpose, talk in purpose, speak life in your lives.
Okay, she said she still has questions. I'll ask them later. Okay, let's see. Yep. All righty. So, bye, sweetheart.
Did she get happy face yesterday?
She had a happy face.
Don't do my lady.
She had a happy face all day, and then at the end of the day, so they do the sheets at the end of the day, 15 minutes before the class is over. So I guess within that last 15 minutes of class, her happy face got scratched out, but then she earned it back. So
okay, so she had a happy face. That's all that matters.
No, she didn't, because she still hit somebody, and she has to stop fighting. So, and
People
then I
had
asked
to stop bothering her.
Oh, here we go. No, I asked her why she hit the boy. She said because he got on a diaper.
Oh, I would have hit him too. You all four with a diaper on, boy. If you don't stop playing.
No, that's like, no, we're not doing that. No.
Hey,
I told her you be his friend.
To hit his mama.
No, you be his
like,
friend.
Why he got on the diaper?
He's probably already feeling bad about having a diaper on. So you don't do people that are different. No, Donna.
Leia is different. She don't understand how he 4 with a diaper on.
She wear a diaper at night. She's 4 with a diaper too, and that's what I told her.
Don't tell her business like that.
I'm not. I am, because she don't do things like that. I don't play that. I'm not playing that. No, you don't do people that are different. No, you be his friend. People that he probably already feeling bad. Don't do that. Don't do him. No. And that's the same person she hit the day before. So I know, and she keep bringing up his diaper. So she got an issue with his diaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she telling his business. So, but anyway, we're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about Leia. This is traded. We're not talking about Leia.
You're talking about 4-year-old business. I love it.
We're not talking about Leia.
Diaper.
Anybody have any other questions?
I get it.
Because I think I work with the beginners today. Do I work with? Yes, I work with beginners today. So, any other questions, comments, concerns? I know y'all just watching to see how this trade is going.
I'm already.
I'm gonna show you. I really want to show you guys the hedge during opening bell. I really want to show you guys because I want you to see it in action. So, because it's kind of scary to see this drop and see your account drop. So I need you guys to see where I would stop, right? And really that is able to be done more with the trade manager than, the Daily Bread doesn't, it has the hedge set in it, in that it has both of them, the buy stops and sell stops. But the trade manager, man, that's my baby. It's the bomb. It has everything in it, the hedge, the stacks, and you can do the same Daily Bread with that trade, with the trade manager as well. It's just it's clear on the Daily Bread because it's only for that. But you can do it actually with the trade manager. You just do your stacks starting at, at 10, when it gets, because you just do your stacks earlier, basically. And you just only do 3 stacks. That's it. You can do the same thing with the trade manager. But yeah, and it has the hedge in there already said. It has you could be more exact with the trade manager is what I'm trying to say. So, but yeah. Well, I'm gonna get off of here. I got about, oh, you raised your hand. Go ahead, Nina.
Oh, no worries. It can hold. I can wait.
No, it's okay. I'm good.
So it's just really quick. So my visual of the hedge, let's just say if you had gotten in where you wanted to initially, it's pretty much like a tug of war, so it just continues to balance itself, much like.
Yes.
Okay.
So what happens is I let me see if I have another. It's not really moving, so I can't really show. I like to show.
We're over time.
But basically what happens is when you put in a buy and you put in a sell, and say you put it in 20 pips apart, and 20 pips is $200 based on the lot size. I put in a one lot size and whatever I'm trading, say it's 200 points. So if I put in a buy and then it starts to go to a sell and it goes 20 points, and I have that hedge there at 20 points to put in the sell. So now it's going back and forth between buy and sell. As it's moving, as they're equal, it's not doing anything. I'm only at a $200 loss. I haven't lost anything more. So I'm waiting until the chart, because at that time that it's doing that, I'm waiting to see, what is going to happen with this? Because if I put in a buy, there was a reason I put in a buy. I thought it was going to buy, right? So I did analysis. I did something that made me feel as if it was going to buy. I didn't just get in willy-nilly in a buy, right? So for that reason, it has to convince me otherwise that it's no longer buying. But I'm not going to lose my account while I'm waiting for for it to play around. We know it does that. It'll go back and forth. It'll range. It'll do all of that. And then it'll keep doing what it was going to do in the first place, right? We've all seen that. So what I'm doing is and this is how the Lord gave it to me. I'm going to put a hedge of protection around about you. So while they're manipulating the market, I'm hedged in. My only loss is $200. At the end of the day, I could take a $200 loss, but can I take a $3,000 loss? That hedge of protection is what gives me the confidence. Whatever you set that number at is what you set that number at. But you have that confidence in knowing that I'm only risking whatever that risk amount is, however many points that hedge is. Now, the number of points that you put in the hedge has to match with whatever asset you're trading. You can't say, oh, I'm only doing 5 points with an indice. That ain't gonna work. That's not gonna work. But you can say, I'm doing, 5 with gold, or that's even too many for gold. You only need like 2. I use 2 for gold, because 2 points is a big amount of movement for gold, right? So that's how you do that. I use 20 to 30 for US 30 and NAS. SPX, I use 5. I'm just giving you, examples, but these are my preference. Those are my preferences. So I know, and you back test, you see, what is the average? You can even look at it. You can do it based on ATR. What's the average true range? Right? And you can say, because the average true range is telling me this is how much it's ranging before it goes into a trend. It's ranging this amount of pips. So that's when it's ranging. If it's ranging, 30 pips, then that's what you want to have as your as your hedge number. Because anything above that, it's going into a trend. So you see how you use your knowledge to apply to this. And you do it based, of course, I always say based on your comfort level. So that's, yeah, like you said, whatever that amount is. So say the range is 30 points. Now you're going to match your lot size to that. So in the beginning, when I first enter a trade, I'm only going to go 0.25 because I got 30 points that I have, and that amounts to $60, and that's all I want to do. That's all I want to risk. So, but then after it passes that 30, I can use the trade manager to say, stack my trades. Now add in another 0.25, add in another point. You see how that works? So that's why the trade manager is so awesome, because but again, the very detail that I'm talking to you about is a trading plan. That's a trading plan. So then you know, okay, this is when I enter, and then you put those details. This is when I enter trade. This is how the trade is managed. I use this tool or whatever. This is my plan. So when you go into a trade, you're very confident. You're very confident. And so you don't have panicked trading. That's why I don't panic.
Right. Right.
You see? Okay.
Yeah,
You understand?
Very much. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome, Nina. All righty, guys. So I will see you guys a little later. I'm gonna take a few minutes. I smell some bacon or something in there cooking. And not that I'm supposed to even be eating it, but but I'm gonna get ready for the beginners class. I don't know what I'm gonna be talking about today, but I'm sure they'll let me know. So I'll see you guys tonight, and happy trading. Yeah.
Trading. See ya.
All right. Talk to you later.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.